As you watch this segment, think about the forces that formed the Grand Canyon. Almost 2 kilometers deep and 29 kilometers wide in places, the Grand Canyon winds through 446 kilometers of northern Arizona. The sheer size of the canyon, with its extensive and varied rock formations and multicolored walls, makes it one of the most awesome sights in the world. It is also an important place to scientists who study Earth's history. Although the exposed rocks in the canyon walls carry a geologic record of the past 1.8 billion years, the canyon itself is relatively young in terms of geologic time. The Grand Canyon is only a few million years old. The history of the land where the Grand Canyon is located can be traced back about 2 billion years, when this area used to be a great mountain range. Over hundreds of millions of years, the geology of the area changed and eventually became an ocean. For about 500 million years, the area was mostly underwater, and layers of sediment were deposited, which was eventually transformed into sedimentary rock. Later, the movement of Earth's tectonic plates caused these layers to be pushed upward until, about 65 million years ago, the area was pushed above sea level. From that time until the present, weathering and erosion have combined to form the Great Canyon. How are we able to figure out how and when all this happened? The answer lies in layers of rock. The rock layers of the Grand Canyon follow the law of superposition. The oldest rock is at the bottom, and the most recent layers are near the top. Other factors, including the type of sediment, position of the layers, and fossil remains, reveal important clues about the age of rock layers and help scientists piece together a picture of the geologic past. For example, why do we think that a great mountain range once existed here? Granite forms from molten rock, which is one way that mountains form. And schist is a metamorphic rock, often formed as a result of the tremendous forces that build mountains. The presence of these two types of rock is strong evidence that a mountain range existed here about 2 billion years ago. The layers of sedimentary rock were laid down while the area was under ocean water. Sandstone usually forms closer to shore, while shales and limestones form in fairly deep, quiet waters. The presence of these types of rock provide evidence that this area used to be the bottom of an ocean. As the sea retreated and the rock was exposed to air, erosion cut into these layers, changing the landscape dramatically. The plant and animal fossils found in these rocks also provide evidence by helping scientists determine the age of the rocks, as well as what type of environment existed here in the past. For example, this trilobite, an ancient sea creature, was found in a layer of sedimentary shale. Scientists know that this kind of animal lived more than 500 million years ago, so finding this fossil tells scientists that this layer of rock is 500 million years old. And it also provides further evidence that, at that time, this area was an ocean. This animation of a spider that lived about 270 million years ago recreates what scientists think caused these footprints in sandstone. Scientists believe that at that time, this area was a dry environment. It is this mix of Earth's geologic history, as well as sheer beauty, that has drawn so many to the Grand Canyon, like geologist John Wesley Powell, who took his team through the canyon by boat in 1869 and lived to write about it. His reports inspired artists and photographers, whose images led tourists to come view the geologic wonder. But above all, for scientists, the Grand Canyon remains an enormous window into the history of Earth. What layers of rock in the Grand Canyon are the oldest?